The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Elle, thank you so much.
Man. Hello.
How nice. I got to tell you, we have artists come in through here all the time, but I don't think we've ever had that big of a footprint of a band before. This is great.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
So I'm doing something right. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't tell us that. That was great.
That was insane.
Oh,
It
thank
sounded
you.
so good.
So,
Damn.
I mean, I'm sure every artist has a different answer. What is the importance of your relationship with your band? What is it? What is that for you?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I have a really great relationship with my band. I know that the importance of their happiness is pretty important, I guess. Like, I don't think that I would have a great show. And yeah, I could play a solo show, but I don't enjoy solo shows. And I love them. And I went through a really crazy time in my life, and they were there for me, and they didn't jump ship. And I know that, like, I'm a solo, like, artist. Like, I was signed to RCA, just me, but they're my band and they're everything to me. And so it was really important to me to make this whole album with them. And they're like musical geniuses in their own right. And they helped me write the album. And I just love them. And we genuinely love each other.
It's a family.
Yeah,
They're your
100%.
family.
They're my brothers, yeah.
We're having that conversation again the other night about who your family truly is. It's not always a blood thing.
Right.
Sometimes it rarely is a blood relationship. It's the people who
Yeah.
your friggin'
yeah, you
family.
can create your own family.
So, I mean, I heard that when you guys did this album, you basically kidnapped them, and you wouldn't let them have lives.
No,
They were under your control.
Yes, and I even controlled, like, when they slept, because I would write the album at night, and then I wrote this, like, really big song, last song on the album, and I'd been texting them like, "Hey guys, I'm writing something really good," and everyone was asleep. And so the next day I was like, "Hey, remember that song that I wrote and we recorded today? You guys don't get any of that." And the next night we stayed up till 6 a.m. writing, and we wrote a really good song on the record. So I don't know, I cracked the whip.
Good. And obviously it works. And it sounds like to me, maybe I'm guessing, I'm thinking they probably like it like that. I mean, if you have a project like an album, it has to be a driven thing you got to be the spark plug. You got to keep everyone up and on at all hours. It's got to be like a military thing.
I do like to consider myself like a sergeant. Yeah.
The drill sergeant.
General
yeah,
L.
totally. I am tough. Yeah.
Well, good for you. I mean, it sounds awesome.
Thank
You
you.
know, we have every summer iHeartRadio up at our uptown offices, the place where they only invite us when they want to yell at us.
Yeah.
They actually have these Tuesday night summer parties, and you and your band played there one night, and that's when I was like, amazing.
It was
Wow.
pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure that everyone was hammered. So
Well, we don't
I
know.
don't. I think we could have been like banging on pots, and you guys would have been like, "That's awesome."
So wait, you wrote 35 songs for this album, and then how do you figure out, well, what especially if you love them all, what you're going to put on?
Yeah,
them?
where are the bad ones?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
They're there,
No.
but I don't know. It wasn't like, I don't know. I try to compare it to like picking kids, but like I don't have kids, so I guess that's like not fair.
Well, these are your kids.
Yeah, my songs are my kids. I've got 35 kids, but we just picked the best ones that we all thought were like the best representation of everything that happened and the best representation of what we put together. And so, sadly enough, like I play banjo, but there isn't a banjo song on the record.
But banjo, really?
Yeah.
I love that.
Do you have one with you?
I don't know if we brought it here.
Oh, now I feel cheated. I want to hear some Elle King banjo.
I'm pretty good at it.
Some picking and grinning.
Yeah.
Well, so let me go back to when you were younger. Did you grow up like a rocker chick? I mean, has it always been? I mean, I don't know how to put. I don't mean to stereotype or anything, but I mean, did you always grow up like loving the freewheeling rock?
Yeah, you know,
thing?
like freewheeling rock and roll. I mean, like, was I a kid on St. Mark's with tattoos at like 13? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Done.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. New York right here.
New York City. Yes. St. Mark's is still there, by the way.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
There's a Starbucks there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're originally from Brooklyn? Or
I mean, I'm originally from Ohio, and then my family moved to Brooklyn.
where in Ohio? Do you remember?
My family's from Southern Ohio, and then I lived in Columbus.
Okay.
Hey, I lived in Columbus for a while.
Really?
Yes.
I lived in Gahanna.
Oh, I was in Grandview.
Really? I got kicked out of Columbus Academy in second grade.
What'd you do?
Oh my God.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I was a bad kid. I got kicked out of every school I went to.
Excellent.
grade.
You
yeah.
did?
Yeah, but look how great I turned out.
You turned out awesome.
Thank
Hey,
you.
kids, look at me.
I know.
But you know what? There's nothing wrong with being on your own path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The text messages, sweet baby Jesus, her voice. Pure, authentic. Elle King is a badass biatch right here.
Yeah.
Those are just a few of the beautiful text messages coming through. Okay, so what's it like being a musician? Because we're not musicians. I know that's probably a stupid general question, but we do this for a living. We wake up in the middle of the night and come in and tell fart jokes and have great artists on and learn more about them and their lives. But what is it like going on tour, recording albums? I mean, is it like it's something that you recommend everyone try, or is it? What's the bad part? The good part?
Well, I mean, let's see. The good part is like you get to play rock and roll. People think you're cool. You sign tits. It's great.
All right.
The bad part is, I don't know. I think the bad part is what you make it. I think you learn very quickly if someone's made for the road or not. Like you learn very quickly. And I live on basically like mobile bunk beds with a bunch of men, which is like a tour bus.
Oh my God, I want one of those. I want this job.
But it's really fun. Like I was made for it. I like to travel, and I'm okay with like little amount of sleep and getting up in the morning, hanging out with cool people. By the way, musicians need you guys because you guys get our music out to people and play radio. So it's important.
It's our most favorite part of our jobs.
Yeah.
Play music?
To do what we're doing now. Talk to musicians, find out what makes them tick.
Oh, wow.
Because look, we can buy your album and listen to the music, but to hear you talk about your life, it makes the music, it gives the music some crunch. It gives it some flavor. So I know you've never really been shy in talking about mental health issues and this and that, which we think is the most important thing we should be talking about in our conversations these days. Let's stop sweeping it under the rug and talk about it. Sorry, how are you doing? How are you feeling on your journey?
Oh, thank you for asking. I'm feeling really great. I'm feeling the best, like mentally, spiritually, that I have felt probably ever. And I think that I got a lot of emotions out of my system making the record. It's really important to find whatever type of creative outlet you can, because it's just a good way to either shut your mind off and put yourself into something. For me, music kind of helps me. I'm not always the best at like talking about how I feel or even knowing what my emotions are. And so I make music and I listen. I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody hurt my feelings. And so it's a good way for me to like hear how I feel about something. And so even though it's uncomfortable or can be kind of cringeworthy sometimes, it's really important for me to talk about what I went through because I want to take away the stigma of it and have people, it just starting a conversation can be the start of feeling better, I think.
You can learn a lot about a person through their music and what they say, but sometimes learning about yourself through your own music. I'm trying to apply everything you just said to the rest of us who are not musicians. First of all, finding that creative outlet. So if I'm not a musician, like, well, what do I do? Let me start exploring that. Yeah. Because I think we all need that outlet beyond our everyday highway. But also listening to yourself is kind of a important thing. I mean, you just basically said, am I repeating everything you said? No. You basically just said you really learned a lot about yourself by listening to your music. Yeah. Which I think is like, I think that's a really incredibly cool statement to make. And there's something to learn from that.
Are you ever like having a conversation with someone, you're like talking about something and you want someone's input, but then as you're saying the words, you figure it out in your head?
Yes.
So that's basically like what it is. And for me, that's how, like when I'm writing a song, that's kind of how it is. I'm like, oh, okay, I understand that now. But even sometimes, like, it's not just music. I knit and I go look for rocks. Like I had to do something to get myself out of my head. You know, I go hike. I'm not like the healthiest, most fit person, but I started hiking and like, I just had to get myself out, and I love to go to the desert, and I'm really into stones and crystals and rocks, and I like to go find them. I know it's weird. I even have a huge piece of machinery and I grind down rocks in my...
I don't find that weird at all.
No,
You're
good
a
for
rock
you.
grinder.
I feel like we all have something that's kind of like therapeutic, maybe for
Totally.
you. Like for me, I'll put Lego together.
That's
like,
amazing. Genius.
Build Lego. I love it. But to me, a glass of wine and Lego, it's very like relaxing.
Yeah.
You know?
Wonderful.
And I would think like Rock Grinder, to me, that's like an app for old gay guys. I'm going to go get that.
So your first album, you obviously addressed, love issues that were going on. This album, you're talking about your spirit was shaken for the last year and a half. Do you already have a place in your head where the next one is going? Or are you kind of like, let's just settle, let's wait on this one for now?
Yeah, I'm like, I think I just put this one out.
Yeah.
I have no idea. But everyone says like, you're happy now. Like, what kind of music are you make? I don't know. Maybe I'll make a happy album. However, I feel like I was definitely like on a different level when I was making the record. I was really lost, and I had a lot of issues with substance abuse, and so I was definitely a little cuckoo and a little more wacky. But now that I'm on a different kind of path, I'm making much different music, because I still make music at home, so I don't know what's going to come out, but I don't know.
Talk about I don't want to call you a music geek, but I heard that you had gone out to the Guitar Center or whatever, you went shopping, and you ended up like buying 3 pianos or something.
Well-
like, I mean, why do you need 3 pianos?
You couldn't
I mean,
decide?
No. Actually, that was during a different time. I couldn't leave my house, and I ordered 3 pianos on like Craigslist and online and stuff. And it was like, how many pianos? Because I wasn't sleeping, and I was like, all the boys were asleep because I locked them in my house. But our outing, we did.
Wait, you did kidnap them. You locked them in your house.
No, they're not allowed to leave my sight. They're still like under lock.
Well, they're not in the studio now. Are you a little nervous about?
Can we raise this up?
Yeah, raise
I
this
can see
up.
them.
Let's raise this.
They all ran out on the street.
You got to keep an eye on them. No, I like that.
No, but we did do field trips, and we'd get pedal. Thank you. I was
We're
uncomfortable.
we're lifting the curtain so you can see outside.
But yeah, we would do field trips and go like buy keyboards, and I would buy basses and pedals and
they're
recording
there.
equipment. I see them. Okay, they're all in their jackets. They're here. Put their leashes on.
Hey, are you? No, when you're by yourself. Oh, by the way, Elle King. This is Elle King. If you're just turning us on, you make sure you go listen to the replay because you've missed a lot of cool stuff. When you're by yourself, what's it like?
Awesome.
You're a great loner. I am too. I love time alone. So you do get away from your kidnapped band members sometimes.
I do sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I need a break, and I know that they always need a break from me. But yeah, I have I carry like 4 suitcases, and like one's like rave gear and hula hoops and rocks and tool and knitting and pastels. I don't know.
Does that get through TSA okay?
Honestly, you'd be surprised what I can get through. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, wait, knitting needles
to
get
self?
through?
Oh yeah. I brought like a huge pair of scissors, and they're like, you're fine. You can take that in. Like, thanks, guys.
Really? This rocker chick with tattoos walks up. Yeah, let me through with my scissors. Okay.
Meanwhile, I have like a clip in my hair, and they're like, security side screen for you.
And besides, I don't think ISIS knits. I think we're. I don't know. You should come. I've spent a lot of time in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and in the Sedona area. We always, that area of the country is so cool. It's something tells me you're sort of drawn to that kind of energy.
Everyone tells me to go there. I've only been to Albuquerque, but yeah, I need to go to Santa Fe.
Come on up. We'll put you up there. Now, Elle King is going to be out on tour. So is this already starting now, or is it soon?
It starts at Voodoo Fest in a few days.
How excited are you?
I am so excited. I can't wait to play Voodoo and to play my own headlining shows again. And it's been a while, and we're just really proud of everything that we made. And I can't wait to see the fans again and get out there and just be ridiculous. I can't wait.
Being ridiculous. Is that the goal? I think so.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So this just flew in. Playing a show with the you're going to be with the Struts in Delaware
In December.
in December. It looks like Delaware.
Yeah, it does. I could see that.
Have you ever played with the Struts before?
No, I haven't.
They're unbelievable.
Yeah?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
played our show. They played here several weeks ago.
Yeah.
They were
They
unbelievable.
had less stuff than us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You win for the most.
No, you win.
Yeah.
No, they started loading your stuff in today. And I looked at the guys and said it was like a room full of boxes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I said, I'm sorry, she's scheduled for tomorrow. And no one laughed. They were like, go away. All right.
I think I'm moving
Okay.
into my apartment with less stuff than you guys rolled up
Yeah,
with.
you got a lot of stuff.
I'm proud of that.
I like it. Yeah.
So wherever you are, make sure you do a quick Google on Elle King. Find out where she's going to be performing near you. You got to go. The band's amazing, and I love the relationship with you and the guys. It sounds like it really, really is a
Yeah.
fantastic time for you. Having you here is such a gift. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having
Elle King.
me.
Yay!